The Hateful Eight, 2015. I get it in the neck, I think, quite a few times because I complain about slow-paced movies. I don't, as a general rule of thumb, like them. I like a movie to tell its story with pace, to get to the point, not to meander, and not to be longer than it has to be. If you can tell a story in 90 minutes, then tell it in 90 minutes. I hate it when you get a story that is elongated, dragged out, and there's no actual justification for it. So it's a common complaint I have with slow movies, which is that they are boring, they try the patience, and they should have been shorter. And I think the main problem with slow movies is I, as the audience member, I'm ahead of the movie. My brain works faster than the movie. So the scene starts, and it's, say, a 2-minute scene, and within the first 30 seconds I understand what the scene's got to say and do. I get it, I understand it. And instead of the movie continuing on to the next scene, instead we've got all this dead space, another minute and a half basically just going nowhere, twiddling its thumbs, and I'm no longer stimulated. My mind is not being stimulated at all, and I'm just bored for that 90 seconds because I understand what the scene's trying to do, what the characters are saying to each other. It's all been done, and I'm just sitting there waiting for the next scene to be stimulated again. That's the best way I would explain why I find slow movies to be really quite tiresome and fairly tedious to watch. I honestly have no idea why any filmmaker decides in advance that they are going to make a slow-paced movie. It is a form of madness in my own personal opinion. Very few slow movies work. That is my opinion. Other opinions are available. Now, the reason why I say this is because this movie is considered to be pretty slow. I'm fairly certain a lot of people have complained that it's overlong. It's 167 minutes. And you know, I have no issues with this movie. The pacing is absolutely fine. And I'll tell you why I don't consider this to be an overlong, tedious, boring movie. Because it is always interesting. There is always something interesting happening. Okay, some of the scenes could be shorter, but so much extra detail and ideas and just other stuff is packed in to the movie, and the dialogue is consistently good, and the acting's good, and it's just, there's just enough richness to the movie that you are stimulated at all times. Say there is a 10-minute scene, maybe the scene could have been done in 5 minutes, but the dialogue is rich enough, the characters are rich enough, the visuals are rich enough, there's enough extra detail, and there's just enough there that the scene works perfectly fine at 10 minutes. I am not bored. My mind is not sitting there unstimulated going, yeah, I get it, move on. It's fine. And I have zero issues with the pace of this movie. I think it's consistently interesting throughout. I have no issues. I really like the movie. It's now my second viewing of it, and I consider it to be a very effective film that delivers on its premise and is consistently entertaining, and I like it a lot. I don't think it's a masterpiece or anything. I would give it 8 out of 10. And it could be argued I'm being a little ungenerous, but that feels right to me. A strong, effective movie.